In this video, we'll solve a velocity problem from calculus. A car moves with a velocity v of t equals, v of t equals 3t squared minus 2t minus 5, where t is in seconds. Find the acceleration of the car at each time that the velocity is 0. So the velocity is 0 means that v of t is equal to 3t squared minus 2t minus 5 equals 0. And this is just a quadratic equation that we have to factorize. And we can factorize this one because the first term here is not equal to 1. We factorize that by multiplying 3 and negative 5, which gives us negative 15. And then we look for two factors of negative 15 that add up to negative 2. And those factors are going to be negative 5 and 3. So we can rewrite this expression as 3t squared plus 3t minus 5t minus 5 equals 0. And what we did was just rewrite this so that these two terms, if you add 3t minus 5t, you get negative 2t. So we didn't change much. We just decomposed the term in the middle here. And once we have it written this way, we could pull out the common factor between these first two terms and then do the same for the last two terms. So pulling out a common factor here, we pull out a 3t. And if we pull out a 3t, we get a t plus 1. And over here, if we pull out a 5, we get a t plus 1, which is equal to 0. And so this is the same number, so we could pull out a t plus 1. So t plus 1. And we pull out so what we have left is a 3t minus 5, and all of this is equal to 0. And that means that t plus 1 equals 0, or 3t minus 5 equals 0. And so from this, we get that t equals negative 1, or that t is equal to 5 over 3. Okay, now that we have the times when this velocity is 0, we can now find the acceleration at each of these times. So we'll throw away t equals negative 1 because it doesn't make sense to have a time of t equals negative 1. And we just have to find the formula for the acceleration. Luckily, the acceleration is just equal to the derivative of the velocity with respect to time. And in this case, it's going to be, so we bring down a 2, we do 2 times 3t and we subtract a 1 here. So we just have 1. And then derivative of negative 2t with respect to t is negative 2. So this is just 6t minus 2 is the formula for the acceleration. And then when t equals 2, acceleration is going to be 6 times 2. Well, when t is equal to 5 over 3, so it's going to be 5 over 3 minus 2. So this cancels that, and we have a 2 up here. So we have a 10. So it's going to be equal to 10 minus 2, which is just 8. So the acceleration is going to be 8 meters per second squared when t equals 5 over 3. And this is the only time where the velocity is 0.